Dear chess friends, this is Stepan Zilka. Welcome to the next part of this video series about application alien chess, and this time we will look at opening strategy. On the previous video, number 2, we were checking opening books, we were checking master games, and now we will check strategy, some informations that are more abstract and so on. So let's not talk too much and let's go to the application. So we go again to the main board and let's do some abracadabra. So knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, a6. Let's play there the very main line of Ruy Lopez, c3, castle, and let's try it. So now I go with the finger to this knight b1 and I long click or hold it for a while, and let's check what it does. I long click the horse or the knight as you wish, and now it shows you the road, and you see the road is going to g3. Maybe a surprise for somebody. For a lot of players it's not a big surprise, and so let's just check why is it possible, why is the knight going there. So let's just check the variations. So for example here, okay, bishop d7, knight f1, knight g3. You already see that in this Karyakin game the knight is already there with the next 4 moves. So this is the strategy package, this half a gigabyte of strategical data. Nobody wants to download, nobody knows the application knows it, but this is good. This is good for starting players, for intermediate players. If I had such a functionality, I think I would be grandmaster much earlier. Because when you do not know what the piece doing, for example queen d8, so what are you doing? And I'm going always to c7. How is it possible? There's pawn on c7, there's knight on c6, and still when you long click the queen, it says the queen goes every single time to c7. So how is it possible? Again, we click this line, for example here, and in the very main line you already see that with 5 moves and the queen is there. So this is long clicking the pieces on the main board. It's only for opening positions. It's not when you just play some nonsense like g4, b4. When you will be long clicking the pieces here, it will not work. Yeah, only book position contains strategy information. So this is only for opening positions, book opening positions, but there's 350,000 of this openings position. So this is the information, very interesting for you, I think. And let's go for Najdorf. This is good for explaining another thing. We started very briefly in the previous video about opening book. And let's go here. So long clicking the piece again, for example long clicking the king, you see that it either goes to g1 or to c1 and then it follows to b1. But okay, this is all the same. Now let's go to menu and show plans. Okay, there are no arrows, a bit surprising for me, but it doesn't matter. It's interesting. For example, if we go here, show plans, at least this a6 arrow is there because a6 is virtually always played in Sicilian. But for some reason there is not such a common plan in this position that would show up. It's a bit surprising, but doesn't matter. For example, bishop e3. If we go show plans now, you already see some arrows like knight d7. That's the reason why there were no arrows is that it's a big crossroads. It's a big crossroads, and here you have bishop e3 mainline, bishop g5 mainline, bishop e2, h3, and there are so many different variations that there is no mutual plan because all of these variations are played a bit differently. That's the reason why there was no arrow, because otherwise there are usually arrows showing you the most common plans in the position. But what I wanted to show you with this position, Najdorf, show plans, no arrows, but doesn't matter, because I wanted to show you something else. Here you have a list of the most typical plans that happens in the position. So bishop e3 happens often, knight d4, b3, f3, okay, let's say h5. h5, do you understand h5? Okay, a lot of you understand h5, but if you say what the hell is this h5? So easy, just click this h5 and it shows you the most typical position where it happens. And maybe now you already understand the point, because there is such a structure and white intends to go g4, so you prevent it with black with h5. So this is whenever you click this, for example e4 d5, so you are probably taking something with the pawn, but what are you taking? So let's click it. e4 d5. What is this not working? It's working. And it shows you the most typical position where move e4 takes d5 happen. And you see you played black played some knight f6 bishop e6, almost threatening some d5 already, or probably not in this position was threatening, but you played knight d5, he took, and you retake. So always you can click this plan to show the most frequent position where it happened, the plan. And another abracadabra, let's go for which move? Let's go for f3 move. Certainly there must be f2 f3 plan, and now I will long click the plan. For a while I will hold it, and I sorted the plans. I said, okay, I like the f3 move, and now show me which moves are good with f3 and which are not good with f3. So the green moves are usually happening together with f3. So when f3 happens, usually happens bishop e3, e5, knight b4, knight d4, b3, bishop e6, queen d2, long castle happens, and so on. Knight d5 happens, g4 happens. Okay, when you play f3 and do not play g4, that's a bit weird. So when you play f3, you should play g4, and it's green, it's right. And when you f3 play, h5 happens. Often because black doesn't want you to play g4. Now these gray moves are not very interested whether you play f3 or not, they will just happen anyway. But on the very bottom you see moves. You see, for example, that f2 f4 never happens. This is in red. Okay. This is with absolute red, meaning that okay, when you play f3, never f2 f3 never can happen f2 f4, of course. So it's absolutely red. But okay, king g1. Okay, another good knowledge. When f3 happens, you see this salmon color. It's also some red color, meaning that when f3 happens, king g1 doesn't happen. When you play f3, you go to the left. You go long castling. And again, after f3, usually doesn't happen this e6, but okay, it can happen. But usually, it's about the percentages. So, and for example, let's go one move further. Bishop e3, e6. Let's try this one. Show plans. And when I will hold, for example, bishop e2, is there bishop e2? There should be bishop e2. There's no bishop e2 within the plans. It's such a bad move. Interesting. So what was I searching for? Once again here, show plans. And which moves quite exclude each other. Of course, if you, for example, long click king e1 to g1, of course you absolutely excluded. You absolutely excluded long castling. If you castle short, you cannot castle long. That's obvious. But what's a bit less obvious, that if you castle short, you never play g2, g4. Never. With this red color, it means never. With this salmon, it means usually you do not play f3 after short castling, but with g4, with short castling, it means you never go g4 within a couple of next moves. So this is the strategy. First, remember, you can long click on the main board the piece, showing the road as the knight to g3. Second, you can go to this page, this strategy info with the menu. Here you can always click the position, showing the most typical situation where this f4 happened, explaining it, for example with this h5 I was showing. And when you long click, you will sort the plans which fit together and which do not fit together. So this is to the strategy of alien chess. This is the 550 megabytes, and this should help your chess understanding of chess openings. This is about understanding. This is about some abstraction. So thank you for watching, and see you in one of my next videos.